In today's tutorial we're going to do the Bias Blocks Baby Blanket. This is also known as the C2C Corner to Corner. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the Bias Blocks Baby Blanket. This is also known as C2C, which means corner to corner. We're going to be using a Bernat Pipsqueak today, and you're going to notice if you've ever played with this stuff you cannot physically see your stitches. So I will provide two links on screen right now if you would like to see other tutorials featuring this exact same stitch work but done in a different yarn that you can physically see the stitches. Today I'm going to demonstrate the Bernat Pipsqueak doing this version here on camera just to prove that it can be done. It's not a big deal if you're an experienced crocheter. Let's go through some of the ins and outs now of this yarn. So this is the Bernat Pipsqueak, and you're going to notice it's exceptionally fluffy. You really cannot see your stitch work here, but it is a corner to corner. Let me pull it apart and you can start seeing that it will open up just like a corner to corner. And what this yarn is, I love this yarn, but it requires you to be experienced in crochet in order to see where the stitches are. And what I mean by see is that literally you feel where the stitches are by using the fingertips on where things need to go. So for me, using this type of yarn is not a big deal because I know exactly where to go. But if you're learning crochet, this is definitely not the yarn for you to play with unless that you're doing something more like a granny square. But if you physically have to go into stitch work, then it's a lot harder. In this particular one it's not such a big deal because you know in corner to corner we go around posts all the way through, and then it's only on the ends that we have to worry about doing any kind of into the actual physical stitches itself. So really every row you only have to worry about you only have to worry about 3 particular stitches that you got to find the stitch work for. And you know what, even if you're off you'll never be able to tell in this thing because you cannot physically see your stitches. So in today's pattern what they're recommending for this is that a ball and a bit of one color and a ball and a bit of another. I just did my sample in one color just to show you. I love this particular color of the yarn. This is called Funny Bunny print, which is in my hand, and this one here is called Baby Blue. So without further ado, I'm gonna grab a 6mm size J crochet hook today. The pattern asks for a size K, which is a 6.5mm crochet hook. As full disclosure, I'm going to a 6mm size J because it has a comfort grip and I don't have a comfort grip in size K, so that's why I've switched down. Either way you can't really go wrong with this particular pattern. Let me demonstrate. I'm gonna show you how to change colors within today's pattern. Again, the links were in the beginning of the video if you would like to see this done in regular yarn so that you can physically see the stitches. So let's begin. I'm going to create an extra long tail here and I'm going to create a slip knot. Again, if you need to see this just check out the other video if you need to see the physical stitch work. We're going to insert our hook into the slip knot, and let's begin by chaining 6. So I'm just gonna pull through and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And I'm gonna show you some tips later, but what's gonna happen is that you need to count back to the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Can you see that, or probably not? If not, you know, you just gotta trust in it. You can actually feel the stitch work in behind. And we're gonna double crochet into that 4th chain from the hook and double crochet into the remaining 2 chains that are available to you. So this is one of those yarns where it's very forgiving. Even if you don't get it in the exact same spot you're never gonna be able to tell. So this particular pattern has us changing color every row. So once you get your first one done here, we're gonna change our color and we literally have to fasten off. So let's just fasten off our yarn. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Just trim it. And what I want you to do is that I just want you to pull through like so. And I want you to just weave it in and out of the top stitches that are in there. When I was new to crochet I could never touch this kind of yarn, but over the years because I know where the stitch work is and I can feel it with my fingers, it's, you know, you can look away and watch TV at the same time. It means that you could work with this without a problem. So let's turn our work. So the bottom point should be over here. Let's turn our work and let's bring up our next color and let's start that one. So here's my next color. It's called Funny Bunny. Funny Bunny it is, and we're gonna start off with a slip knot. So what I want you to do is that I want you to join it to the top of the chain here. Okay, just to the top. We make sure that this one here is down. This is the very first string that you started with. Okay, and I insert my hook in and I'm just gonna wrap the yarn and pull it through as a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 6. But watch what I do. This will speed you up. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 and I'm gonna grab it. So there, I just put my finger over it. 4, 5 and 6. right where I've grabbed is where I need to go. So if you do that, you can save counting, and you're going to just double crochet where that was and in the next two that are available to you, just like that, just like that. So here we go. So I now have the chain one, or sorry, the chain three, and then I have 3 double crochets in a row. And now all I'm just gonna do is that I'm gonna feel for the next space here, which is on the other side, insert my hook into the space. Do you see these are the loose ends? Just put those on top of it too and trap them with the slip stitch, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then just lay these down, and just, it's right in the last space, you're gonna put 3 more double crochets in there. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is would be where you would change your yarn again. So let's just change it again just because the pattern says to. I wouldn't change the colors this often. For me, I would do like 2 or 3 rows of the same color just to save time. But I pulled it through, and I'm just gonna weave it through the top. And now that you're getting bigger, you can tell clearly where you need to start next time. So I'm just weaving them through so it's stuck underneath, and then I'm gonna turn my work, and then this is gonna be where I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna pull the blue back up. So pulling my blue back up, I'm creating a slip knot, and I go into the top of the chain here, and just right into the top just to feel for it. There it is. And I join it with the slip stitch, and then chain 3, or sorry, chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, pinch it, okay, 4, 5, 6, and then right where you pinched is the first one for a double crochet. So, and then you have to do 2 more. So just move down the chain, get the next 2 chains. There you go, got it. Once you have that satisfied, you're just gonna turn this work and lay this down over top, okay, and here's the last space of the next block, and just going in there and slip stitch it, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, laying these stragglers down on top. Just continue to put 3 more double crochets into that same space. So 1, 2, and 3, and then just pull the next block up, get the last space, slip stitch it first, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more double crochets into that same space. So 1, 2, 3. So then it would ask you to change colors once again, so let's do that. So let's trim our work. So the reason why you can't carry your colors is that, you know, you stop this color over here, so therefore if you carried it, you're over here, so you just can't physically do it. The only way you could do that if you really wanted to is that you would have to do 2 rows of the same color in a row so that you end up on the same side. So I'm just weaving them in, and then I'm gonna bring back my next color. So this is where I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna bring back the funny bunny, create a slip knot, okay, coming into the top. Okay, I'm not going into a space and going right into a chain, and then just join it with the slip stitch, and then chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, pinch, and then 1, 2, 3, and then right where I pinched that is my first double crochet, and then I get 2 more after that. So moving down further in the chain, I missed it that time. Even if you're off by just a little bit there, it doesn't matter because the stitches are hidden. Once you get that done, you just go to the last space, just pull it up with your fingers, you can see it, or you can actually feel it too. And what I want to do here is that, did you see I missed that? So this is the other straggler, so I want to lay it down over top with the other blue straggler, and I want to catch those underneath and before I do a slip stitch so that it's gone. So 1, 2, 3, and into the same space 3 more double crochets. So this is exactly how you would do corner to corner, but I'm using the pipsqueak instead. Feels great on the hands, to be quite honest with you. So then just once you get that done, go to the next block, pull through 1, 2, 3, and 3 more double crochets. Okay, and then continue and get the last one. So 1, 2 and 3, and then I'm going to just do the last 3 into the last space. So now I'm going to start getting smaller, if you would like to learn how to do that. So let me fasten off this color once again. So the funny bunny is gone. I'm going back to the baby blue. Just weaving in my ends. Now we're gonna get smaller, so let me just review on how to do that. So to get smaller, what we have to do is that we have to start getting the building blocks to be smaller. So for example, if you look right now, we have 4 blocks across. The other one we had 3, just like this, and then we had 2, and then we had 1. So the next time we go smaller is that there's gonna be 3. It's gonna be here, here, and here. So we gotta be watching where we're gonna start and then where we're gonna stop. So what I want to show you here is how to get smaller. Let's turn our work now and let's begin working with the baby blue. Now this is the difference in where you have to start. So before we were starting on the upper corner here. Now we have to start on the upper corner on the other side, go right into an actual chain, not into the space itself, and join it with a slip stitch. Pull through. Now when you go smaller, you don't have to chain that 6 anymore. You only chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, keeping your stragglers down on top, getting in the first space that's right underneath it, and you're gonna put in 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. And now the rest of the row is exactly what you already know. So you're just gonna pull up the next block, get the last space, slip stitch it, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then coming down and putting 3 more double crochets in that same space. Now here's the thing, we're gonna get smaller. So the next block is physically your last one. So let's slip stitch it first and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets. So now you're done. So technically if you were getting bigger, you would go 1 more. So you're gonna still slip stitch it here, okay, and then you're just gonna either fasten off. So if you don't want to fasten off, all you just need to do is to slip stitch it here, turn your work and slip stitch along here until you get to this color, until you get to this stitch, and then chain your 3 and then start again. But I'm keeping to change the color in this particular one just because that's what the tutorial says to do, or the pattern says to do. So I'm gonna just fasten off and I'm gonna weave in my ends. I'm going through the stitches, through the chain work, turn my work, and now we're gonna get smaller. So now we have 3 blocks. So the first one we had 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 3, and now we're gonna go back down to 2. So grabbing our funny bunny. Okay, so we're getting smaller. So we're gonna just start at this side here. Okay, and going right into an actual chain and chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then grabbing our stragglers just to hold them on position, go into the first gapping where my finger's popping through. So you can use a lot of this is a great project for very tactile work on being able to feel where you need to go. It's kind of fun. It's different. And then what I want to do is join it to the next block, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then keep going. So this is the same stuff as you're doing all the way across. Again, your starting and stoppings are slightly different because you're getting smaller. And now you just join it to the next block and that's it. So that row is done. So let's just trim that out. Just like that. And then just weave that in. So I'm weaving it into the same coloring spaces so that you don't ever see there's a difference. If I weave it into this blue section here, you'll see it. Okay, let's turn our work and get the last one, the baby blue. This is the last time we'll do this. So coming into the end of that, you're gonna chain 3. Sorry, you gotta slip stitch first, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then putting your stragglers down and just crochet right over top of them. And you're gonna chain double crochet 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. And when you're done, all you just need to do then is just go into the last space available to you here, and then that's it, you're done. So what I like to do for myself is that when I weave this final one in, I like to weave it all the way to the corner, just to, I don't know why I do that, I think it looks better. So I just come right back to the corner to where it should be. So then because I had you weaving in the ends where you should, all you just need to do now is go back through your project and just safely trim out your yarn. You don't have to worry about it plopping out on you, because I had you hiding the yarn right underneath. So this would be how you would make a corner to corner bias using Pipsqueak yarn. You can see it's very similar to the other one. All I just did was change color. But so whether you like it in a solid color or you like it to change colors, that's completely up to you. But either way, I think it's a great little pattern to be able to play with. So until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.